A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause to everybody that really ended up making a lot of money when it comes to this recent Tron pump. Look at this amazing price action right around this area. Today we almost had a 50% price increase, and that is very amazing. Personally, I made 100% profit because I was actually using 3x leverage on BitMEX. And if you guys have been part of my YouTube channel, then you would have obviously heard me talking about the next amazing upcoming price pump when it comes to trading Tron. So as you guys can clearly see, right around the 29th of January, I did talk about Tron, and I did talk about this potential upward momentum. So what I really want you to do is pause this video right now, go back to my YouTube channel, check out the videos that I really did on the 30th of January and on the 29th of January, because I really broke down everything and we were prepared for this particular trade. We were anticipating this move and we really ended up making a lot of money in a matter of hours. So let's get back to the 1 hour chart and let's just see what really happened. Like, this really ended up happening like in less than 2 hours. The whole move, like right around this area all the way to the top. This was about 2 hours maximum. And if you guys were prepared for this particular move, if you checked out my video, you could have been really in profit right now. So in case you guys are wondering, like, why was the price of Tron pumping right now, then you are obviously asking the wrong question and you really missed the trade. Okay, so what really happens when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies is you guys are supposed to be prepared for such scenarios. And in the last video that I did talk about Tron, I did really break down everything, the whole psychology. So let me just repeat it for those who don't really have a lot of time. So as you guys can clearly see, we faced a lot of resistance right around this area, and my buy conditional order was slightly 1 pip above that price point. So let me just go back. As you guys can observe, right around this area we were having a lot of resistance. And if we had to look at another chart, because this is the BitMEX chart, which is very short and we don't really have a lot of information right around this area, so let's switch over to the Binance Tron chart, because it has got way much more information. So as you guys can clearly observe, in the past 3 months, since November 2018, right, Tron has been clearly having a lot of higher highs, and it has been in a bull run, if I can put it that way. Like, this to me really looks like a bull market when it comes to Tron. So a lot of people really ended up making quite some substantial amount of money when it comes to Tron. So as you guys can clearly observe, if we had to like zoom in right around this area, if you had one simple trading strategy, whenever we were facing resistance right around this area, whenever we were consolidating and trying to break this resistance, right, if you had your buy orders like 1 pip above this price point, you would have obviously made a lot of money trading that upward momentum. And this really happens with a whole lot of volume, and then you had another second chance of doing the same stuff. So let me just quickly show you once more. Yeah, let me just do that. So as you guys can clearly observe, we had a lot of resistance as well right around this area, and we had a lot of consolidation days right around this area. Then finally we broke out. So if you had your buy orders 1 pip above, you know, this resistance area right there, you could have ridden that amazing price momentum right over there. So we had to do it one more time. Let's go back to the chart on BitMEX, because I really want to like break it down for you guys very well. So as you can clearly see, right, we faced a lot of resistance right around this area. This was where we faced the resistance, and then we had to consolidate one more time. We really failed to break that particular resistance. So now that we knew, or rather since we knew that we were in an upward you know, trading environment, and eventually we were going to break this particular you know, resistance right around here, right? The most logical thing we could have done is obviously doing the same things that we were doing previously, just putting your buy order 1 pip above the resistance. And obviously you guys can use a whole lot of different trading strategies. Personally, I use fractals, I use Bollinger Bands, plus a whole lot of Ichimoku clouds and all that stuff. Plus I also use the 4 EMA, as you can clearly see right around that area. So let me get back to this. So if you had to put your buy order like literally 1 pip around this area, if you had to put it there because that was the highest resistance and you really want to avoid false breakouts. So this is why I usually reduce the room for error, because if you had to like put your buy orders like right around this area, right, you could have obviously had a fake breakout right around this area, and then you could have ended up losing money because the price really had to go back down. So this is one of the reasons why you really have to give yourself a lot of room. Yes, I understand that you're going to be leaving some profit off of the table, but you just have to have very specific, confident trades. So this is one of the reasons I only put my buy area right around this area, you know, like right above this resistance, the highest resistance right over there, so that I know for a fact that once this upward momentum is in, I am definitely going to be riding the wave and there's not really going to be any room for a false breakout. And remember what I told you previously, like once the price of Tron really starts going up, right, you're not really going to have a lot of time to react. Like you guys are really just going to miss the whole trade. So this is one of the reasons why you always have to have your buy conditions. Always put conditional trades. These are the trades that I usually call situational trades or conditional trades, because you are giving yourself a condition. Like once the price is above this price point right around 695 Satoshi, I'm going to be able to like put my buy orders right around, you know, 706 Satoshi. So that is a conditional buy order right over there, and this is only going to happen once there's a lot of momentum, and we are definitely going to experience an upward momentum. So now check this out. This is the amount of profit that I had. I bought in right around 706, and then I sold right around 899 Satoshi. That was about 27% profit. This is where most of my sell orders got filled in. A little bit of other small sell orders got filled in, slightly above 915 Satoshi, but most of my sell orders got filled in slightly below 900 Satoshi, around 897, 98 Satoshi. So I really ended up making about you know, almost 100% profit, like around 95% profit, plus the few sell orders that I had right around that area. So I ended up almost roughly making about 100% profit. So that was a very good trade, and I really ended up making that amount of you know, profit in like literally 2 hours. So this is one of the reasons why I really love trading high momentum trades, because they really allow me to like make very good amount of profit in a very short period of time. But if we had to like check out the times that I really made these videos, that was like literally around you know, 7 days ago, 6 days ago, and I had to be patient. I had to wait for this move to happen. So it's all about having patience, and once you've got enough patience, right, and the right thing happens, the trading game goes your way, you are really going to end up making substantial amount of profit. And that's what I really had to like do. Like I have some trading alerts on my phone. I had a trading alert whenever the price of Tron goes above you know, 700 Satoshi, I was going to be alerted, right? So this is why my alert signal got triggered, and I was like, hey, something is happening, I really need to close this trade because I know this is not really going to last. And we ended up, you know, going back down. So I actually had to like make money 2 times. I had to close my order right around that area, but just simply checking out the the 5-minute, or rather, yeah, let me just go to the 5-minute chart. So as you guys can clearly see, using the 5 minutes, we can clearly see a lot of resistance right around this area. So I just had to like wait for like 10 more minutes, and then we had to go above that area, and then I knew that this is definitely going to go down. So I ended up shorting, and right now I am still in this particular trade. So I don't really know exactly where the price of Tron is going to go, but I have my stop limit right around this area, because I know that once the price of Tron crosses this threshold right around this area, we've got some probability of the price continuing going up, and I don't really want to like lose this amount of profit that I have right around this area. So I've got my short stop limit right above 763. I don't really want to like end up losing the profit that I have. So if we end up doing that, then I'm going to be stopped out. So that's the only loss margin range that I have. So I don't really want to like lose a whole lot of money. So hopefully, I don't know, I'm praying for the price of Tron to continue doing that, but that's not really going to happen. So whatever happens, I am very satisfied with this amount of profit that I have in terms of shorting Tron, and I'm very grateful for this amount of profit that I had in terms of longing Tron. So that's just how you are supposed to do it. So when it comes to these conditional trades, not every cryptocurrency is going to be compatible with this trading methodology. So you guys always have to be very careful with what's happening to the trading environment, because for me to come up with this particular trade, right, just like I told you, I did realize that Tron was having higher highs, and it was like in some sort of bull market. So the probability of us crushing that particular resistance right around that area was very, very good. And by the way, this is Binance, so this was a lot of manipulation, because Binance was having the BitTorrent token whatever situation. So this is why the price of Tron on Binance was very high. But when you look at the price of Tron on BitMEX, where there wasn't anything, like it was just like a regular consolidation pattern. So don't be confused by the Binance situation right around that area, because it wasn't really that normal, and I was trading on BitMEX. So this is why this thing is very, very close to what was happening when it comes to trading Tron. So just like I was telling you, make sure that you understand exactly the trading environment, because this is not really going to be very compatible with a lot of different situations. So right now, let's just go back to Bitcoin, because I really want to like show you something very quickly. Bitcoin has been having a lot of fake outs, a lot of bad things when it comes to you using that previous trading methodology that we use on Tron. So I really don't encourage you guys to like use that same trading psychology when it comes to cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, because as you guys can clearly observe right around this area, we had a fake out. A lot of people were anticipating that the price of Bitcoin was going to continue going parabolically high right around this area, like once it crosses this resistance. So I believe a lot of people were putting their buy orders like 1 pip above this highest resistance price point, and they really ended up losing their money, because this really happened to be a fake out. Look at that amount of volume right around this candle right here. So obviously it was a fake breakout, and these people who were longing Bitcoin ended up losing their money, because this is what really ended up happening. The price of Bitcoin just drastically dropped, and guess what happened? The people who were putting their sell orders right around this area, because we clearly had a little bit of support, and a lot of people were saying, if the price of Bitcoin goes below this price point right over here, then it's going to continue drastically going down. And these people ended up losing their money as well, because we also had a fake breakout to the downside. So what really happened is that these people who had their buy orders right around this area, right, their sell short orders right around this area, right? They really ended up losing their money because the price of Bitcoin ended up reversing and going back up. So what usually happens is that whatever you decide to do, right, if you try to trade this breakout, if you try to trade that breakout right over there, right, you are going to end up losing money. So the smartest thing that you can do is, if you are trading Bitcoin, right, is you are supposed to be trading that range, because a lot of these liquidation agents are looking for a lot of stop limits. A lot of people are usually trying to make sure that they squeeze the amount of profits that you have, and they really want to like take your money. So this is one of the reasons we've got a lot of these fake outs right over here. So I really encourage you guys to like be very, very careful when it comes to trading high momentum moves when it comes to Bitcoin, because there's a lot of fake out situations, and whether you try to trade that breakout right around that area, you're going to end up making money. And this pattern keeps on repeating. We've got another situation right around that area, as you guys can see, fake out to the upside, fake out to the downside, and then it ends up trading in this particular range right around this area. So that's really what happened the other day. We had this fake out right around that area, then we ended up going to the downside. So I'm sure there's a lot of sellers right in this box, right? So what's really going to happen is we might have a situation where the price of Bitcoin drastically goes down, triggers these sell short orders, then go up. Or we might have a situation where the price of Bitcoin goes above this trading scenario right over there, goes up, then it goes down as well. So you guys have to be very, very extremely careful when trading Bitcoin. But if we had to check out the global market depth of Bitcoin, right now we can clearly see that there's a lot of people who are willing to buy Bitcoin right now. So we might have a very short pump to the upside. If we check out the longs on Bitfinex, we obviously have got way much more longs. Right now we've got about 31,149 longs on Bitfinex, as compared to the shorts we've got about 24,293 shorts as well. So as you guys can see, there isn't such a large discrepancy between Bitfinex and BitMEX when it comes to the longs and the shorts. But judging on the global market depth, right, since we've got a lot of sell, or rather a lot of buy pressure, right, we might end up going temporarily up, then going down to catch those people who are selling short. So that's one of the things that you have to be looking at as well. So according to the global market depth, we might have a very slight short pump, but we have to also look at the bid asks as well when it comes to cryptocurrencies such as BitMEX. And right now we've got a price range of about 5%, and if we check out the price range of about 5%, right, we've got a lot of hidden sell orders, way much more as compared to the buy orders. Right now, as you guys can see, we've got about 139 million US dollars worth of sales as compared to the amount of buy orders right around this area. So obviously, if the price of Bitcoin goes up, there's obviously going to be a lot of resistance, and we are obviously going to end up crashing back down. So please be prepared for this fake breakout when it comes to the price of Bitcoin, because as you guys can clearly see, we've got a very short, rather a very tricky trading scenario. So please be very careful. So yeah, that's all I wanted to like talk to you guys about. So I hope you really enjoyed that trading psychology, and I really hope that you're going to be applying it to your own particular trades, because by the end of the day, I really want you guys to like be able to like find out these trades and be able to identify the type of trading psychology, or rather methodology, you have to apply. You have to like be able to do it on your own, and instead of relying one person to like give you all these trading signals and all that stuff, because you definitely do not need anybody to like show you the way, because you can just like literally do it on your own. But in case you want to be like part of my private trading community, I have a Patreon group. Yeah, you can check out the link in the description. So if you really want to be given a little bit of trading pointers so that you can compare it with your own trade, yeah, join my Patreon group. The link is going to be in the description. In case you don't really like Patreon, you can always join my Telegram group as well. So I've got a preference for you guys. If you guys really love Patreon or Telegram, just depends on whatever preference you love, then you can either join join Patreon or Telegram. All the links are going to be in the description. All the instructions in order for you guys to like join my Telegram group are also going to be in the description box below. So happy trading. I hope you had fun. Be good. Make sure you reserve your funds and please don't get liquidated. Do not get liquidated. Make sure you protect your money because the liquidation agent is really patrolling the cryptocurrency exchanges and they really want to squeeze that money out of your hands and they are really going to end up taking your money. So please be very careful. So it's been your boy Muna and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.
Said she wanna rock with a nigga like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Said she wanna rock with a nigga like me.